I'm in Buenos Aires, Argentina, where there's an avenue that is 16 lanes wide. It's a great metaphor for this huge South American city where 13 million people work, play, dance, shop, and cross dangerous intersections every day. You want one good reason why you should come to Buenos Aires? It's cheap. Really cheap. I mean incredibly cheap. These days, European travel is prohibitively expensive. Here in Buenos Aires, you have an exciting capital city with a European flair where the hotels, the food, and delicious wine are a third of what you'd pay across the Atlantic. In other words, don't cry for me, Europe. I'm in Argentina.
Gotta take a chance where everything is wild and free. The world is wide and I am flying high. 'Cause you're with me. Ooh, you don't you know? Let's take a ride. Come on, let's go.
You know, it's interesting. Buenos Aires is so big, and yet it doesn't have anything that internationally defines it. You know, it doesn't have a Big Ben or a Coliseum, although its presidential office is pink. This is the heart of Buenos Aires, Plaza de Mayo. For over 200 years, Argentinians have gathered here to passionately voice their opinions. Now, don't let the pastels fool you. Politics here have been anything but rosy. In 2001, right here in this plaza, 5 presidents were sworn in within 2 weeks. Yeah, it's definitely worth a walk through the plaza, if only to see the balcony where Evita stepped out onto to sing "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina." Now, mind you, I am basing that history off a musical written by Andrew Lloyd Webber, who also wrote a musical about singing and dancing cats. Enjoying Buenos Aires is all in the approach. The city is so big that if you try to see it all, it's gonna fry you.
Yeah.
I concentrated on neighborhoods, like this one of the most colorful in the city. I want to introduce you to my friend Pedro Porqueras. He is showing me around Buenos Aires today, and we're starting at La Boca neighborhood.
Yep. We're starting where everything actually started in Buenos Aires. Yeah, this is the Ellis Island of the city. This is where our grandparents arrived 100 years ago, when this was one of the most prosperous cities in the world. And everything started here for us. Actually, this is the old port. Yeah, we're porteños because of the sport.
Ah, I see.
Yeah,
The
with
people
port
in Buenos
people.
Aires are called porteños.
Yeah.
Now, what immigrants? Who came?
Well, most of us, Italian descendants.
Oh, okay.
Italian and Spanish. Yeah, that's the majority of the population here.
Is that what you mean when Argentina says, you know, we're in Latin America, but we're not of Latin America? You're
We
more
say-
European.
We have a saying for that.
Okay.
Yeah, we always say we are a bunch of Italians who speak a very lousy Spanish, think in English, especially for business, but want to live in Paris. Yeah, and that's the architecture, especially in the northern part of the city.
Right, right. But here the architecture is extremely different. And could you just tell me a little?
Yeah, well,
it's all
this-
corrugated steel, it looks like.
This is what I call spontaneous architecture. You see, the immigrants just came here. They had no housing, so they used the very simple materials they had, the corrugated tin, steel, and wood. They used the leftover paints from the ships actually coming to the port of Buenos Aires. And that became a tradition, especially in the 50s. There was a big revival of La Boca.
Okay.
This is the tradition we still keep today.
Is this a fun place to be at night? A lot of nightlife here?
No, actually after 6 p.m. it's not really nice to be here.
Oh, really?
No,
Okay.
better to come during the day.
Okay. When the tango dances are out.
Yes.
La Boca is where tango was born, a fact that every corner of this neighborhood will not let you forget. It probably won't surprise you that tango was considered lewd and illicit when it first developed in the end of the 19th century, and for a good reason. It was born in the brothels that were so popular in this port town. Today, tango is so respectable, well, you can see it for free on the streets of Buenos Aires, all the way to elaborate, high-class theatrical performances. And even if you're an absolute beginner, you can't help but get swept up in the passion of the dance. I'll get my first tango lesson ever. Next. I'm in Buenos Aires, home to over 13 million Argentinians.
This city is so sprawling that you're going to have to rely on transportation other than your own 2 feet. Now, there are buses, lots and lots of them. There's also a subway line. But here's the thing, just take taxis. A ride's going to cost you maybe $3, $4. I don't think I've ever in my life said that taking a taxi is cheap, but there you go. This city is absolutely incredible to shop in. Anything you buy here that's made in Argentina, clothes, shoes, bags, is like 50% off of what you would normally pay back at home. I've been told what sounds to me like some sort of shopping myth that I can buy a leather jacket and have it custom made to fit my body in under 4 hours. Please let that be true. Please let that be true.
Believe me when I tell you that people don't leave Buenos Aires without buying a leather jacket. Now, also believe me when I tell you there's a lot of cheap quality leather out there. Not so at this store, Uru Recoleta.
You can choose any style and any color and material.
Okay,
So,
I definitely want to go for some more short. I like short jackets.
Short jackets?
Yeah, I think the long
Great.
ones are fine, but
what about this?
nice blazer.
What about this color?
Ooh, oh.
No?
Yeah, I like that. That's sort of a more modern sleeve.
Lovely.
Yeah.
What about this color?
Oh, I like that a lot.
Okay, I'm getting excited now.
Right.
So, can I take this design with this black leather?
Yes.
I can.
Yeah, of course.
So I can have the sleeve of the orange one put on this, but
Yes.
everything else the same in this leather.
Exactly.
So what do we do next?
Takes measurements.
That's it?
Yeah, excellent.
Now, how much is this jacket?
495 pesos,
Which is,
$165 more or less.
no.
Yes.
Oh my God. Well, there goes my bargaining power. I was just like, what? $165, that's it, I'll take 5. Wait a minute, can I talk you down? That's incredible. For a custom leather jacket, and I'm gonna be able to pick this up in 4 hours.
Exactly.
I love saving money. Okay.
If you traveled to Hawaii, you'd want to try the hula, right? So where would you go in Buenos Aires to learn the tango? I discovered this place, Mansión Dandy Royale. And not only does it have a respected tango academy on the property, it's also an intimate, restored, turn-of-the-century hotel. And like me, you don't have to be a guest to take lessons here. I had the rare honor of a session with the Mansion's artistic director, tango legend Hector Villalba.
So I've never danced the tango before. What are the
that is
first
nice.
steps?
Samantha, I want to explain to you that just for 3 minutes, you have to think that you like me or you love me, because it's a pass of energy, with all the respect, of course, but those 3 minutes of vertical love, let's put it away. How nice you sound. See, your body
Yes.
is passing heart to heart.
I see.
With this hand, this is like the steering.
Okay.
Okay, it be on your back, and this hand is just to hold you. Already, let's see what happened now. Stay there, very good. Close, and tango close. And 1, and a 2, and a 3, and I'm helping you.
Oh, yeah,
I'm helping you.
I don't even have to think.
See, you know what is that? This hand.
You're just guiding me.
Yes.
Okay.
Tango is not only just the body, if no, the energy of the eyes. You have to look at my eyes, and in that way, indirectly, we have connection.
And so that's what tango is all about, exchanging someone's
Now,
energy.
the violin help you to do long steps. The piano is more cutting.
I see.
Okay, let's do 8s.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tango, close. Perfect.
Nice. That's wonderful.
I appreciate you are very.
It's like you get confidence,
Very
more and more
intelligent.
confident when you do this dance.
Of course, yes.
Will I ever be as good at the tango as the Argentinians? I don't know, but when we return, I'll get the chance to find out. Buenos Aires is in the southern hemisphere, so the seasons are an exact opposite to our own. It's October right now, and that means it's spring here. So I thought, okay, no more pounding pavement. We're heading to the park. I'm on the Bridge of Lovers in Palermo Park, and right now, spring is everywhere. Everything is lush and green. The ducklings are fuzzy, and the men are back to being shirtless. If you do find yourself in a Buenos Aires park in the morning, I can almost guarantee that somebody is going to say hello to you. How do you say, good dog, good dog?
Buen perro.
Bon perro,
Buen perro. Yeah.
Gracias, muchas gracias. Buenos Aires has a great hotel scene. You want to stay in a big chain hotel and use your points, you can, or you can choose a quirky boutique hotel in one of the upcoming neighborhoods. For me, I travel alone, so safety is always a top priority, and it's recommended that I stay in an area known as the Recoleta. Now, this is a very established neighborhood. It's one of the more relaxing areas in Buenos Aires. It's got cafes, shops, and restaurants, and I feel comfortable walking around at night here. I chose Lois Suites to stay at, and this is a local chain here. It caters to the business person, and that just means you get a lot of perks for your room rate. Rooms here start at $200, go up to $400 for an executive suite, but there you get internet access in your rooms, wireless downstairs and in the lobby, this gorgeous breakfast buffet and this beautiful winter atrium, and the rooms are bright, modern, and come with a lot of conveniences as well. So this is just a great place in a great location. Before I head out, I'm going to pay some of my bills. The electric company doesn't care that I'm in Buenos Aires. Can you believe that? Okay, it's another fine day in Buenos Aires, and all I want to know is, who wants to go on a cemetery tour, huh? Huh? Nobody? Oh, you're all a bunch of deadbeats. Come on, you're going anyway. Actually, believe it or not, Recoleta Cemetery is one of the most visited spots in Buenos Aires. The architecture, the mausoleums, it's incredible. And you feel as if you're walking through a miniature version of the city. And if you look at it from above, that's exactly what it looks like. There's one person entombed here that's not only famous in Argentina, but all over the world. It's Eva Perón, of course, better known as Evita. And finding the right mausoleum can take some time. Yeah, this is it. Duarte is actually her family name, her maiden name. It's funny because I thought it was going to be a bigger, one of the bigger ones. It's just amazing that it's been over 50 years since Evita's death, and she's still an extremely controversial figure. I mean, so much so that when they buried her here, they were scared that her remains would be kidnapped. So she's buried 18 feet underground, past 3 sealed doors in a chamber that is protected against nuclear attack. Well, it's 10 p.m. in Buenos Aires, and that means it's dinner time. And we've already seen that this city is known for its leather. And where there's leather, there's gotta be steak. And for that, I've come to Las Nazarenas. Every beef aficionado should make a pilgrimage here. This is a family-run business, and it's been here for 25 years.
Oh.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to Las Nazarenas.
Thank you very much. I'm just admiring the meat.
Meat, yeah.
Very hungry.
Very
Tengo
hungry?
hambre.
This is the place.
What is that? That's
This
amazing.
is the asador criollo.